Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Bitcoin update. Guys, we need to discuss the Bitcoin chart right now because it is on the edge of a cliff. But there are very few important nuances that we need to be looking at as well while understanding where Bitcoin actually is in the short-term, medium-term position. We need to also understand the long-term position is very much still leaning bullish. Right now, what am I looking at today? I'm looking at the fact that Bitcoin right now is on a major support line stemming back from February 2024, but with these kind of support lines, you cannot expect them to last forever. That is the main problem here. Bitcoin has been obviously jumping up massively to the upside in giant leaps since around February. In fact, even from January, you can see that from January back here, we have seen Bitcoin move to the upside around 93% in just under 50 days, which is absolutely exceptional. And if you zoom out on the long-term charts, you can really get an idea of how fast Bitcoin has moved here. From 2022, right, from the start of 2023, we have just seen basically no bearish price action whatsoever. You know, we started 2023 right there. And throughout the entire period of time up until right now, which is, 16 months, we've seen no negative price action. Like very, very small percentage of this price action has been negative. We saw a small little drop here. We saw some consolidation here. And then the rest of it's just been plain upside. And for people to look at the chart right now, see this and think, oh no, we've seen a little bit of drops here, therefore we're bearish while we're right up here to the upside. I would ask you, just zoom out. Just zoom out and look where we are. Objectively, the chart is not bearish yet at all. We're still in very much in clear position. But right now, of course, if we're talking medium term, we are on the edge of cliff here. And there's no way of denying that, right? We look at this line right here. Stemming back from February, this is a line that has lasted kind of 2 months, which is quite a long period of time. We're on the 4-hourly chart here. It makes it look bigger than it is, but 2 months is quite a long period of time. It's been tested on 1, 2, 3, 4 separate occasions. And right now, I will say here and now, if we were to drop below this line, we would enter a more extensive correction on Bitcoin that would take us back to 61.2K and potentially even to lower targets such as 58.5K, such as 53K. And look, the worst case scenario would be something like 49K, but I would really not like to see Bitcoin go that low. And if we drop below that level, I would say we're in a bear market. But look, we haven't even dropped below the line yet, so let's just take a step back here and realize where we are. We are in a macro bull market. Regular market environment TA doesn't necessarily always work as well as it should, in the sense that when we break below lines, we generally don't go as low as TA would expect. We go a lot. We kind of see a more conservative breakdown. So let's be very cautious about making any bold claims here when we haven't even broke the line yet. And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. I'm not making any bold claims about where we will go at this point. But what I am saying is we're on a 4-month support line. And if we drop below that support line, that's not very good news for Bitcoin. But we also need to recognize, very importantly, that I made a video yesterday. And in my yesterday's video, I said massive breakouts, first time since 2020. Everything I said in yesterday's video is still valid and still stands. We still are above the monthly chart resistance zone, okay? Monthly chart, highest ever monthly candle was here at 61.2K. We rejected from that level briefly. We tested it massively on short-term charts. As you can see, the lower red line here is that monthly candle level. And of course, we closed above it. That is still bullish. There's nothing invalidated there. Everything I said yesterday is still valid right now until Bitcoin closes a monthly candle below that 61.3K level. There is really no reason to be concerned about macro. If Bitcoin does do that, there is probably an argument starting to form for the bear case. But right now, we are just so far off of that happening that it's not really much of a concern. We've got 28 days until the monthly candle closes and we're still above that level. So that's not really a concern for me right now, but it is something that's on my radar and I'll keep you updated with that. But right now, yes, the monthly chart is still very bullish. And we go to the weekly chart, we can see the weekly chart's slightly less bullish. I mean, we still have closed the weekly chart above that weekly candle resistance at the prior all-time high, but right now we're hovering below it. And we also are threatening to break down from an ascending wedge formation on the weekly chart. So what I'm going to say here is this. If Bitcoin closes the weekly candle below 69K, it will also be closing the weekly candle below this RSI wedge formation, which has been stemming back from September 2023. So if Bitcoin closes the weekly candle below 69K, we are in medium-term danger of heading much lower on Bitcoin, okay? We are in medium-term danger of entering a correction that could last a month or 2 months long, which would be negative for Bitcoin, of course. Now, obviously, on a macro scale, that kind of correction would not be a threat at all, considering where we are. We are so far to the upside with such limited amount of corrections on the way upwards that we're really not in a dangerous position at all. But yes, we don't want to be seeing Bitcoin closing a weekly candle below 69k for the sake of short-term price action and medium-term price action. If it does, that would be confirmation of a bearish move to the downside and a correction to the downside. And that would also probably act in sync with a drop down from this 2-month-long support line in yellow here. But right now, what am I looking at majorly? I'm looking at this support line here. I'm identifying that Bitcoin is on the edge of a cliff, and I'm identifying that the weekly chart is in danger of breaking down from a RSI wedge formation. Neither of these things have happened yet. When they do happen, if they do happen, I will discuss them more extensively and give you my targets for them. But right now, just to give you a target immediately, if it did occur, I would expect at minimum a retest of 61.2k. That would be my minimum expectation because that is where we saw the monthly candle level happen. That's where we saw the monthly candle level occur, right? So 61.2k would be the minimum target. If we did break down, right now we have not done that yet, so I cannot speak of the targets. I need to analyze it as it occurs. But yes, the overarching point of this video is that Bitcoin is on the edge of a cliff, and it is entering a period of medium-term danger. But I would actually put forward the case that this is very typical of this part of the market cycle. In tomorrow's video, we're going to look at the halving. Okay, the halving is a mere 18 days away. And what we see historically at the halving is actually negative price action or at least consolidation. It's very typical of Bitcoin to do that. We also need to understand that Bitcoin has moved upwards above its prior all-time high about 250 days earlier than expected, or 250 days sooner than what it did in previous cycles. In prior cycles, it took roughly 1,100 days to break all-time highs from the prior all-time high. Okay, that happened in 2016. It also happened in 2020, right? About 1,100 days. This time, let me get the thing there, 1,100. This time it's taken about 850 days, meaning we have moved upwards about 250 days earlier than expected. And so pullbacks would not be anything to, blow our socks off. It would just be completely regular. If we look at prior cycles, for example, we look at something like 2017 bull market, every few months or every couple months or even every month really, we saw a pullback of 30% on the way upwards. If we look at 2021, we saw a pullback of 30% on the way upwards here. Consolidation for a few months, a drop downwards that lasted 3 months and went down 50% and then broke all new all-time highs after all of that. So I just want to make something very clear. Long-term scale, we're still looking good. It's very regular, very normal to see consolidation and even extensive corrections during a bull market. That does not mean the bull market has come to an end. When would I think the bull market has ended? If Bitcoin drops below 49k, I would say with 100% certainty that the bull market is over. Why do I say that? I say that because 49k is basically the entire bear market region, right? You can see right here, we dropped below the bull market, we exited the bull market, we kind of rejected from the bull market support level, we went downwards, we were in this cup formation the entire time. Before we broke back to the upside, we tested it again, rejected from it, and then we broke it. That means that this level right here at 49k, in my mind, is the dividing line in the sand between bull market and bear market to a certain extent. If we lost that level, we would enter a bear market and I'd be getting out of all of my positions instantly. If we lost 53k, which is the major support level above that level, I would be getting very, very, very concerned about Bitcoin. But look, we're well above 53k and we're well above 49k, that's for sure. But yeah, right now, on a medium-term scale, Bitcoin is on the edge of a cliff and we need to monitor that situation quite closely. So I'll give you an update on it tomorrow. But in tomorrow's video, I plan so far to talk about the halving and talk about what usually happens around the halving so we can best expect and plan for what's going to happen this time. But again, yes, Bitcoin is on the edge of a cliff. There are some very important lines we need to watch, such as this support line here and the weekly candle level. And I'll give you updates on that as things occur. Guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Go ahead and check out the VIP group on Telegram where we trade altcoin trading signals, okay, 3 to 4 times a week on VIP. Very important group there. If you want to make money on altcoins, that's how you can do it. You can also join our group chat through the VIP membership where we discuss the market 24/7 with about 130 members. We then have the BitGet and BingX exchanges. BitGet is a global KYC exchange and BitGet is global non-KYC. They are both very low in trading fees and they've both never been hacked before. With my referral links down below, you can get 15% trading fee discounts on these exchanges and you can get access to the exclusive rewards given by my referral link. And then also, finally, the Crypto Academy's bull market sale is happening right now. It's a limited time sale, giving you access to an educational cryptocurrency course, teaching you how to trade and teaching you fundamentals as well. So guys, check that out if you're interested. Again, that's the VIP group for trading signals, the BingX and BitGet exchanges for exchanges, and then finally the Crypto Academy for education. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Cheers.